My final We Bear Bells episode review before Summer Palooza 5 Steven Universe Marathon the Wives later this month is Panda Sneeze. This episode centers around Panda sneezing with a cute sneeze that pandas make, and it's trending on the internet. This leads to him being part of a news broadcast with Nom Nom that also leads to a cute-off competition that Panda wants no part of, but this gave Nom Nom an idea since that he wants to be the cutest animal. I'd enjoyed this episode after watching it for the first time, and still to this day for how the nature of this episode has improved over time when it comes to Panda sneezing being adorable, because back then I just didn't understand why. I did see Panda videos when it comes to sneezing, but I didn't actually understand the true nature of animal videos being more viral. All the while that when it comes to Nom Nom's character, he is good in this episode for how he's executed, which next to Nom Nom's entourage, every other episode involving Nom Nom is a mixed bag that it's just difficult for me to believe of how he's betrayed once he's no longer a main character after the Crowbar Jones Origins episode. What I really appreciate from this episode is the fact that Nom Nom wants attention but Panda doesn't, and if Panda was Grizz or Ice Bear facing off Nom Nom, it's a different story, sure, but at the same time for how Ice Bear will probably beat Nom Nom by having a cute talent that he won't hesitate at all, along with Grizz willing to play the cute off against Nom Nom if he manages to win. Panda can still hesitate, and his sneezing is way more popular than what talents that Grizz and Ice Bear have. Like the fact that earlier in the series we actually get to see one of the characters get popularity when it comes to something that they can't control of due to allergy season happening. It's honestly luck that really got the bear's attention, well mainly Panda. Like, imagine if Panda is a cub in this episode and he faces off Nom Nom. He will probably be superior, knowing full well that being a cub while having Panda sneezes can triple or quadruple his popularity in comparison to Nom Nom. I have to say that every time that Panda is in this situation and the fact that he doesn't want to be cute really sums up on the fact that he wants to be cool by being a bit serious, but due to his social awkwardness, it's difficult for him to be like Grizz or even like Ice Bear. When Panda made a deal with Nom Nom to have him win by being the opposite of cute, he accepts, and this leads to a humorous joke that really sums up a lot of how Panda wants no part on being cute. He dresses up as a cool dude while being a rapper in order to be cool like Grizz, and when no one makes a reaction towards Panda similar to Nom Nom, really sums up that being cool just isn't his type, something that he's not fully aware of. This episode showcases the nature of animals going viral on the internet, and for how Panda learned from Grizz and Ice Bear on the fact that being cute is also cool, sums up a lot that he technically won the cute off when his allergies got worse by sneezing to the point that he's just sneezing regularly rather than the Panda sneeze, which in a way is supposed to put the bears back in square one when it comes to trying to get attention from other people, even though it makes me question on to how the judges or the people running this cute off just give Panda the trophy since that he still won that you can see on screen. But in all honesty, the ending of how it's structured kind of sums up of how I like the knuckles of Nom Nom in this more than the Captain Kaboo episode. Ice Bear is creating a bear robot, which we ended up having an episode of in seasons 3 or 4, and for how it's been executed as a mini subplot, and when I do mean mini, it doesn't get a lot of screen time, just only clips of it. The robot bear goes on a rampage after it operates on its own by escaping the broadcast recording that Panda had with Num Num, and this leads to the ending of the robot bear destroying the trophy while hugging Num Num as the episode ends. Honestly, it's supposed to be horrifying, but for how Num Num is portrayed in this, he really deserves it. Granted, Panda did broke the deal, but for how he was portrayed in episodes before, this is basically his comeuppance for how he was portrayed in the Num Num episode, which I still consider one of the least pleasant episodes throughout the series. I don't usually talk about the songs in this show, but I have to admit that Step Off Player is a really good song. It really suits the whole battle between Panda and Num Num when it comes to Panda's comeback. Every time I listen to this song, it really feels like an actual cute-off, and with it being not much of a cute song and mostly a serious comeback song, it really suits the whole songs of We Bell Bells that are different in comparison to the songs being sung in other Cartoon Network shows. Grab Some Sun is a cute song, but the moment Panda comes out on stage, it turns into a rap song, and let me just say, the songs in this are comedic and difficult to not laugh at. This episode has gotten better as time went by, and with this episode being close to a decade old, I can't imagine what other episode would try to replicate the success of this episode from a different cartoon. Granted, it's worth giving it a shot, and I did see some, but I might be able to rethink of this idea once I revisit those episodes from other cartoons that have the same storytelling as this episode. When it comes to We Bear Bears, this is gonna be my last review of We Bear Bears since Summerpalooza 5 Steven Universe Marathon is arriving in the next 2 weeks. But when it comes to my plans of having We Bear Bears afterwards, we're just gonna have to find out on what I feel at the moment, because believe me, 3 episodes may not be enough for you people, but at the same time, the unexpected could come your way. In a good way, that is. I'm giving this episode an 8 out of 10.